Well, hello everyone. Did you know Obamacare Foundation is based on the United Nations religion, the Gaia faith, worship of Mother Earth, population control? Obamacare is a spiritual problem. And I detected that 5 years ago when I exposed it and nobody would listen to me, especially Christians. They didn't want to hear it and they didn't want to get political. Well, I'm in for more bad news. Orion Care is exactly the same. We must pay attention because seniors under Orion Care has the same death warrant as did Obamacare. No, I'm not teasing and I'm not trying to upset you and I'm not trying to put fear in your life. None of that. Information is power, and the seniors of this nation need to know that our health care is being determined by pagans who took control of our health care and made it federally, literally mandated, and we must say "May-I" to the radicals and the pagans before we will be able to get medical care as seniors. You must get the approval of the boards and the people that Obama set in motion before health care will be allowed to seniors in many circumstances. I want you to call your friends, especially people who are caregivers or seniors. You need to hear the truth, and the truth will set us free, and we can turn this around. The federal government has no business. They're trying to figure out how to take over from Obamacare. We don't want them to take over. We want to pay for our insurance and be free to go to the doctors and have the care that we choose for ourselves. And these corrupt politicians are still trying to turn our freedom into their control. And you need to know it's not an accident. So tell your friends, Faye is on. We must bring the kingdom of darkness down in the United States Congress, federal agencies, and the White House. I am Faye Hardin, and this is Well, welcome back. Before we get into our issues, I just want to take time to thank our new partners, our new friends, our new prayer warriors that are uniting with us to pray, and our many are now joining us on Saturday at 2 p.m. for our free conferencing call. It is a prayer briefing that I host personally every Saturday from 2 to 4 Eastern Time. The briefing information is at the beginning of the call. If you have to go, you can. If you can only stay, for 30 minutes or whatever, please come on the call. You're free to go if you must. We are running unbelievable prayer warriors that are participating from across America. And the Eagles, it's like having church every Saturday. I feel like our church, my prayer warriors, are members of my church. We know each other. Many people, most of them never saw each other. But we keep up and we pray one Saturday and we have miracles in our government agencies. I believe we've been praying for years for Obama's kingdom over this country and Hillary Clinton's control over the indoctrination of our daughters, the indoctrination of our youth, the deception that is being bred by liberal Saul Alinsky radicals, that kingdom would come down in this country. I've just seen things on the news before I came today for my shows that led me to believe that the kingdom of darkness that has maneuvered and manipulated people in this country through Barack Obama, his associates, his cohorts, that threaten our national security, threaten our sovereignty, threaten our Christian freedom, is coming down. I believe today the gamut began to fall. This has nothing to do that's personal. It has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with any kind of a revenge or violence. This is coming from the heart of God to America. We are going to take the gospel. Our ministry is going to lead missionaries to college campuses to teach Bible, just the Bible. Our prayer leaders are going to become Bible teachers and missionaries into places that have been literally overtaken by the liberal, lying, deceptive, demonic agenda. So we need your support, and we need for you to participate. But all of you that have, it is so wonderful to get to talk to you, to get to read your letters. So join our flock of eagles that God's taken higher. Write me a note, call the number on your screen, and if you would like to participate in our free conferencing call on Saturdays, you can call 407 I forgot the number. It's on the screen. And tell Jeannie that you would like to have the access code. And 792-0900. I'm sorry, I just had a memory loss. 407-792-0900. And tell Jeannie you would like to participate in our Saturday free conferencing call. Knowledge is power, and God answers prayers in an unprecedented way. Upcoming events, you need to know what we're going to be doing. And we're going to be doing major events this year to bring up the root of evil that has been planted by members of our government that we need to repent for. So today I'm just going to use our time again to give you some more facts about what is taking place concerning our health care and the takeover of our health care, where it came from and why. We have had corrupt politicians moving an agenda for the federal takeover of health care in both parties. And we have 50 moderate Democrats masquerading as Republicans. 85% of Americans have had the health care they needed, and they paid for it. But the intrusion to federally take it over was seniors were being used for this takeover health care, and only 15% did not make enough money to afford health insurance, not care. There's a difference between health care, which they have targeted seniors to be denied care if they did not pass Ezekiel Emanuel's test in Washington, D.C. Poverty is the root cause for the federal takeover of health care, and they're using that as an excuse for population control to fulfill the Gaia faith of the United Nations. And if you don't worship Mother Earth, you will get no care based on Obamacare's mandates. I want you to look at some of the frightening facts that's in this in March 25th, Faye's Facts. I can't get it all in, never can on my program, but I'm just going to give you some of the facts that I wrote in Obamacare, The Untold Story, several years ago. Help me sound the alarm. Stand with freedom. Stand with seniors. Stand against the movement to force our seniors under the control of liberals that have positioned themselves in power, and stand with the conservative organizations that refuse to buy Ryan's lies about Ryan Care. We must vote him and his cohorts out of office for our own personal safety. Throw a lifeline, $125 a lifeline, and help me reach seniors with the truth. I'm going to go back to where I left off last week because of time constraints. But again, you can get the entire report by calling, writing me, asking for it, and with a seed of a one-time gift of $125 or a monthly. Make a pledge and just pay it monthly as the Lord provides. So we're going to pick up. I was telling you that the Congress did not read and they did not write Obamacare. Well, Ryan Care was also done undercover. And they're projecting that it does one thing, but in fact, it does not abolish the foundation of Obamacare. And in my report, I'm on page 2 at the bottom of the page. It says the Democrat California Senator Max Baucus claimed that he co-authored the ACA Bill 3590 and the vote passed by 60 to 39. Baucus, Rangel, and Pelosi lied about the bill. It was an illegitimate bill because Rangel, Pelosi, Baucus not only did not co-author it, they had not even read it. Obama rewarded Baucus for his deceit, and he was appointed ambassador to China. The bill was not written by members of the House or Senate. Look at the timeline. The key events leading up to the passage of Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act. Representative Rangel of New York introduced 9/17/09, an illegitimate bill to the Congress. Robert Creamer, the friend of Obama, wrote 628 pages of Obamacare while in prison. Creamer organizes mobs and sent them to incite violence at Trump rallies. He was in and out of the White House at any given time during President Obama's administration. Still attacking President Trump, attempting to overthrow the presidency, and insults 69 million people that voted for him. He has the media with him. He has the Clinton, I call them the Clinton clan, with him. And the riots were funded by Clinton and by multi-billionaire Democrats who want Donald Trump impeached and who act as though the 69 million people that voted for him are to be ignored. Number 2 author of Obamacare, Dr. Ezekiel Emanuel, health advisor to Obama, is under scrutiny. As a bioethicist, he has written extensively about who should get medical care and who should decide and whose life is worth saving. And Emanuel stated in an interview, seniors will face health care rationing, when dying with dignity becomes killing with impunity. You never hear that reported. And then, and he's the one that set up the database for controlling the health care of seniors and others, but I'm just going to stop it at seniors right now. Simon Stevens, Blair's Hitler health operative, who relocated from the UK to the United States in 2007, personally advised Obama White House on how to share the new health law. In May 2009, he presented a report titled Reducing Affordable and Inappropriate Care, saying that $520 billion can be saved in the first 10 years of a new Reform Act by cutting services to non-worthy people, especially the old. Stevens is the medical expert at United Health Group, the largest HMO in the U.S., 70 million policies. And then we've got Peter Orszag, Obama's first head of OMB, promoted the panoply of Hitler health arguments and mechanisms. He is considered the leading architect of the Independent Payment Advisory Board, the analog of NICE, which was quickly dubbed Obama's death panel. Orszag advocates co-benefit analysis to determine whether medical treatment is warranted. So in the surgery I just went through, by the time the federal government approved the medical procedure, they would probably be having my funeral. And there's other people the same way. So you've got corrupt politicians giving permission to a doctor to allow you to have the medical procedure that will save your life, or not having it that will take your life. He backs the strategy of quality adjusted life years. Metric for whether it's worth it for a person to continue to live. Isn't that nice? Can't you just see Valerie Jarrett going through the process today? Well, she can get care. She don't. She's a Christian, killer. She's a Muslim, save her. Can you see what is taking place? You don't know what's in the database Ezekiel Emanuel set up. Dr. Donald Berwick, knighted by Queen Elizabeth for his work on NICE and on reforming the British NHS, was given a recess appointment by Obama on July the 7th, 2010, to be the administrator of the Center of Medicare, Medicaid Services. As such, he was responsible for initiating the T4 policies and programs affecting 49 million older Americans on Medicare, 48 million disabled, dependent on Medicaid. Ryan Care, like Obamacare, plans to merge the two. While in office, he moved to strike certain cancer drugs from approved Medicare reimbursement to set up ways to financially penalize hospitals for over-treating patients and to limit physicians by imposing financial penalties and pushing top-down evidence-based medical practices. On page 4, and the last one, Marilyn Tavenner, a technocrat for Obamacare with a pedigree as top executive at HCA, the mega for-profit hospital chain, benefit from taking down the traditional community hospital systems. I'm going to tell you what was projected for the cost of Obamacare. And I need for you to know that it's time for you to get informed. Throw a lifeline and help me. I'll be right back.
Stay informed. Due to time restraints, you may write Faye and request this week's insightful highlights that guide intercessors with insights. Patriotic prayer warriors nationwide, Faye wants to hear from you, and she will write you back. Today, sow a lifeline seed in the amount of $125 to help Faye warn Christians of the dangers of liberal leaders. Also, to confront the demonic agenda of the nasty women's movement. Write to Insight USA, P.O. Box 917689, Longwood, Florida 32791. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Faye looks forward to hearing from you.
Our time is gone again. I just want you to know you can get our report by writing me. Include a lifeline donation, if you will, a lifeline seed if you need a lifeline. $125 is what I'm believing God for from our viewers, and I really am praying for 39 people who will give a one-time $1,125 lifeline seed. We are going to be taking a women's conference to the Native American women in the Creek Nation on June the 3rd and June the 2nd, followed by a cookout, a day of encouragement for the mothers that paid a price because they are Native Americans. And then we will be on Friday at the Cherokee Nation in Oklahoma, and we're going to give an encouragement concert. I'm bringing some of the best musicians in America. We are going to have a cookout for them. We're going to get to know them. We're going to believe God for a healing of their spirit, their mind, the past, and for restoration. Will you be a sponsor for our outreach to Native American women? All women on just those two nations. They have to live there to be invited. It's going to be promoted on both nations. People, you have to make reservations to come to our concert, and we're taking ministers of intercessors to pray with them, to believe God with them, and to restore them. And we need 39 partners that will sow a lifeline seed of $1,125 or pledge that amount to help us cover the cost. A $125 lifeline seed helps us bring this television program and our ministry of prayer to the nation. So, and just say, Faye, I want the Face Facts, March 25th. I just want to give you a couple more facts on this issue, and it's on page 5 of the Face Facts. 9 danger signs Congress overlooks of the federal takeover of our health care. Number 1, people losing coverage. About 14 million people will lose their employer coverage by 2019 as smaller employers terminate their plans and workers who currently have employer coverage enroll in Medicaid. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to drive all of us to Medicaid, especially the seniors. Number 2, huge fines for companies. Business will pay $87 billion in penalties in the first 5 years after fines trigger in 2014. Number 3, higher costs for consumers. It has gone up 100% to some. Tens of billions of dollars in new fees, excise taxes, will be passed through to help consumers. Number 5, project spending increases. Well, we are experiencing that. New national health spending increases by $311 billion over the coming decade. Free riders. An estimated 23 million people will remain uninsured in 2019, 5 million who would be undocumented aliens, and the remainder will be 18 million who decline to get coverage and choose not to pay, just to pay the penalty. Spending reductions are fiction. And number 8, you can't keep your own doctor. Number 9, coverage but no care. Small businesses and families suffer. Obama-funded health certificates for illegals won't check immigration status. And the cost was $6 trillion because they built health centers that building a federal health workforce costs billions to serve Medicare and Medicaid patients. The recipients are designated to a specific health center. It's more than you can comprehend, but you have to know it. Help me through our lifeline. Save our seniors. Hi, I just want to thank you for supporting 2016 with us. We have had some awesome prayer summits in 3 cities, in 3 states, redeeming the land and avenging the blood of the innocent. We have met some of the most powerful professionals that do have the information on our country that you need to hear. And we want you to know that God is blessing our program. You can now download the GEB app on your cell phone, on your tablet, or on Roku. And DirecTV now is offering programs on your phone apps. So check it out. Help us get the word out. And then our YouTube also airs our program.
Faye wants to hear from you. Her desire to see America come out of exile is raising up one of the most powerful, informed, anointed, and united prayer networks in America for America. She is organizing Christians for the U.S. Constitution to give uncompromising believers back their voice and witness. If this program has blessed you and you believe in what Faye is doing, contact her, pray with and for her, partner with her. She would love for you to host an Insight rally in your church or city. Organize an Intercessors with Insight prayer team or join one. For a complimentary pocket-sized constitution or Faye's fax, call or email Faye 407-265-0700 or faye.usainsight@gmail.com. Write Insight USA, P.O. Box 917689, Longwood, Florida 32791.